Hi, my name is Michael Dwan Singh, aka Bunty, and I'm here in my music studio in the lovely freezing state of Massachusetts in the US to pay tribute and a debt of gratitude to the man who taught me how to play this instrument, the Sarangi, and that man's name is Dr. Kashyap, my Guruji. I had always wanted to play this instrument, so by profession and sort of by training, I'm during the day a banker, at nighttime I'm a music producer. I grew up playing piano and then tabla. But ever since I was a teen, I first heard Sultan Khan Sahib, our Dada Guru, play this instrument and always felt called by it. I bought this when I was in my 20s, early 20s, but could not find a teacher. The sarangi is an exceedingly difficult instrument to play. I would say the only thing more difficult than playing it, though, is teaching it. I spent probably, I would say, 5-6 years trying to find a teacher. And it was one day I was on a forum of Hindustani musicians, and I put a post up. I just said, hey, does anybody teach this thing online? I couldn't think of any other way to find somebody. And sure enough, Dr. Kashyap responded to me. We started talking. And come to find out that he had just started up a little online school and was teaching Sarangi, vocals, and Dilruba online through Skype. I think at this point we need to acknowledge that Dr. K is really a pioneer in many ways. 11 years ago, I mean, it may be common today, but 11 years ago, learning an instrument online through Skype was really unheard of. Many people thought it was impossible, especially an instrument as difficult to play as a Sarangi. And Dr. Kashyap really believed in it. He persevered, and he saw that this could be done. And to his credit, it's absolutely possible. But I think we really need to acknowledge that he was one of the first to really start, taking this format seriously. As a student, learning from Dr. Kashyap is an absolutely fantastic experience. Dr. K is unique in that he has two very distinct sides, always working in tandem. One side is he has a very analytic mind. He's probably said it to many of his students, but at some point he wanted to be an engineer when he was younger. He is a doctor and anesthesiologist. And I think that really serves him well in understanding the real meat of the instrument. Nothing is left up to chance or to mystery, whether it's explaining a rag or explaining the physics of the sarangi and why certain things sound a certain way or why overtones are sounding off. And couple that with his other distinct side, which is his artistic sense and his sense of musicianship. Dr. Kashyap is a gifted musician, make no mistake about that. He's an excellent performer, and I think that side of him lends a certain sensitivity. And when coupled with his analytic mind, he's always putting the best interests of his students at the front. So on the one hand, he's able to encourage you, which I've always felt, while on the other hand, he's also able to give constructive criticism. Believe it or not, through Skype, through the distortion of the internet, through all of the latency, if I'm playing a rag or I'm just playing a simple note or doing a sabat, which is going up or down a scale, Dr. Kashyap can hear slight detunings or slight differences in tuning. And as soon as he hears it, he'll call me out. That's sort of the degree. His mind is almost like a microscope in many ways. But as a student, I've never felt sort of inhibited by that. I've never felt like he's talked down to me or he's sort of diminished me, because I have trust. I think that's the most important thing with any teacher and any teaching experience, is that when you're learning from someone, you have to have trust in them. And Dr. Kashyap, I can think of no other teacher in my entire existence who's inspired this much trust. I know that when he gives me criticism, it's for a good reason. And I know that when he praises me, the few times that it does happen, that it's also for a good reason. It helps me learn, and I've grown, I would say, exponentially as a musician. Make no doubt about it, this instrument is not easy to play. It's got 37 or so strings, and each one has to be tuned. And he can hear every single one when it's out of tune. In addition to being a great and wonderful teacher, he's also a wonderful friend to his students. Dr. K has a wonderful sense of humor. I think for anybody trying to learn something as serious as this instrument, you need to be able to laugh at yourself. we've had plenty of jokes. I would say probably every lesson, we're usually laughing a fair amount. It's good, it's very healthy, and it maintains a sense of fun and enjoyment. Because, at times there will be struggles when you're learning. But if you're able to find the joy in the performance and in the teaching experience, you're able to continue on. And I think in many ways that's why I still am where I am today. I'm still learning, I'm still playing. I think I can't think of a teacher who could, or somebody who could be more encouraging of his students. And so with that, I will say, Dr. Kashyap, congratulations on 11 phenomenal, successful years. Here is another lifelong student of yours saying thank you and signing off. Good night, everybody.